It is so weird that people are still smoking, isn't it?
It really is.
Oh, okay. So Marjorie knows this because she's a world traveler. All right.
Yeah.
The adverts for cigarettes in other countries is unbelievable. They have one with a child with a what you call it, where they're breathing through here because of the mother smoking.
A trach tube.
They have people dead on a table, and this is on the cigarettes.
Yeah.
It will kill you. It'll show like a big, where the lung has been removed. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're pretty gruesome.
Indeed.
Are you talking about advertisements, Allison? You threw in this like lingo I've never heard you use before. Advert.
Is that not a word?
That's the
I'm sure
British. That's what the Brits say, advert.
Oh, there she goes. Okay, back to British. There she is.
Aluminium.
Yes. Now, my husband doesn't say garage. He says
garage.
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 Yeah.
Should we say our little thing, and then I'll introduce Marilyn?
Sure. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bee Brooks.
And I'm Allie Bourgeois.
Welcome to Yogi and the Bee.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming back.
Who do we have here today, Allie Bob?
What are you doing here? Is that Marjorie?
It is. Thought I'd drop in from Monaco.
Monaco, look at that view. What's the temperature there? Is it sky high like Rome, or are you getting a little bit of a breeze from that beautiful?
It's probably about 73. Yeah. Still hot in the sun, but I'm not complaining.
No, ma'am.
No complaining allowed.
And what brings you there?
What brings me here? Well, it isn't because I speak French, because I know un petit French. Honestly, I would joke about retiring in the south of France, and I had never been to the south of France. So we were here, and my husband is a cyclist, and he likes to ride in the mountains. I think that was the main reason, but he denies that. And he said I could eat foie gras. We're in an area that they really don't serve foie gras that often, but
darn it. Well, maybe you can go to Nice for some foie gras.
Yes.
Which is just right around the corner.
It is 40 minutes away, and I take the train all by myself.
And how far did you go on the train and have to come back when you went the wrong way or got on the wrong train the other day?
2 hours in the wrong direction and then 2 hours back.
By yourself?
Well, it was by myself going, and they stopped. The train stopped at the end. I didn't know, probably texting with somebody. And I get a knock on my window, and the conductor or whatever they're called kind of did, you got to get off. And I said, but I thought I was on the train to Nice. And she said, you need to go talk to this guy over here, because he thought that too. So on the way back,
this person is saying it in French, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on the way back, I had Anthony, who's 23 years old, and he talked to everybody for me. And because he spoke more English than I could speak French.
Wow. I would have been a complete and total wreck.
Yes.
No, there's enough people that can speak English that you can ask, and it's safe, and it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more mad because I had a blister on my toe.
Dang.
And
that blister. Had to keep
walking. And then while I'm waiting at the train station for the real train to to Monte Carlo, this lady, an old lady, asked if she wanted her seat because she thought I was pregnant.
Oh, is that when you sent the pic?
Oh, of me in the dress? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
sundress. The sundress that you've burned now, probably.
No,
I love
that
that.
does.
Very cool.
Wow. You know what?
Gosh darn it. Wow. I think it's just the way things flow.
And the
these
fact that she
days.
thought you were in your 20s, chick, that's the compliment there.
I wasn't in mountain pose. I was probably,
Tree.
pushing my stomach out. So
Tree.
I was not in tree there.
Wow. Well, bless your heart. Now, how long are you going to be there?
Till the end of August.
Gosh, that's awesome. Now, I'm very geographically challenged, but I think I was there briefly it was a cruise and we stopped there. Is that like Princess Grace?
Mm-hmm.
There's a casino there.
Well done, B.
Yay, I got it right.
I'm shocked.
Ran up, ran out. It was just one of the stops on the cruise, but it was probably one of my favorite spots that we did.
Yeah, so I am a 10-minute walk to the casino.
Mm-hmm.
In the casino, I just look from the outside.
The architecture is beautiful.
The architecture is really pretty. Very pretty.
That's so cool. Nice.
As are the places around there, but they're also quite expensive too, those places around there.
Oh, I bet.
Wow.
My gosh.
So being 10 minutes away, it goes down.
To be able to buy a property, when we were on the tour over there, they were explaining to get a passport in that area, to buy a property in that area, not where you are right now, but Monaco. You have to have so many million in your bank account or something. It blew my mind.
No, I actually had told you that. We tried to open up a bank account in Monaco. We went to one bank and what was the bank? I don't even remember. And they wanted no, actually this was in Nice, but they wanted 30,000 euros sitting in your bank account at all time. Then my husband called Barclays because he has an account in England, in Wales, with Barclays. And he called Barclays and he said, oh, sure, we'll set that up. You need to have 6 million euros to open it up.
Well, honey, you could have borrowed that from me.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, anytime. I mean, of course, you would pay me back the minute you opened it, right?
So, yes. And that Barclays was in Monaco. That's what they wanted. Yep.
Oh, my Lordy. Well, we have lost B. So I've just texted her and said, oh, where are you? She did not have power on our last recording. So hopefully she'll show back up. But I know that she would want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Where do you live when you're not fancy pantsing in Monaco?
I live in Atlanta, GA in South Buckhead. I went from North Buckhead to South Buckhead.
Wait, there's such a thing as North and South Buckhead, and people refer to it as that?
They do.
Okay, so what is North Buckhead? North
Buckhead is where we were behind Phipps. I think it runs from.
Okay, that's North Buckhead. That does not make sense to my brain at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I loved that area over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the line is for North and South at this moment in time. I'll remember it like 2 a.m. when I wake up. But
could you contact us then?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
But there is like a boundary because the North Buckhead Civic Association kind of sent that out once. So there is a boundary.
Oh.
So I went from Nobu to Sobu.
That is incredible. Welcome back, B.
Thanks. It seems we're having some power issues here in Decatur, Georgia.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Cut out again. So anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt. What did I miss?
I asked a question for you, saying when she's not fancy pantsing in Monaco, where does she live normally? And she's explained, and you probably know this, Bee, because you're a real estate agent. North Buckhead and South Buckhead. I had never heard that phrase before. So that's where we are right now.
Okay.
Did you know about North and South Buckhead?
I did. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in South Buckhead. That makes no sense. Okay.
Yeah.
North Buckhead being almost to Brookhaven.
Correct.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think the line for that is Peachtree Dunwoody. And then you start historic Brookhaven, I think.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember exactly where the line for where it crosses north to south.
Okay. Could you get back with us, or maybe find a picture of that or a map? That would be really handy. And I'm sure people would really like to know more information about that. So, Bee, do you have any questions for Marjorie?
Well, I do. Hang on one second. I'm making notes for our north-south Buckhead. So are you, and the internet's coming back on, trying to stay focused. Are you an internet? Are you an Atlanta native?
I am born in Atlanta. We moved when I was 8 to Atlanta. I started 2nd grade at Evansdale Elementary.
Indeed. Okay. And where'd you go to high school?
Henderson High School, which is now Henderson Middle School.
Yes.
So that area is considered the unincorporated part of DeKalb, and we had an Atlanta address. I would say, you live in Tucker? I'm like, I do not live in Tucker. I did not live in Chamblee, and I did not live in, well, it was Atlanta where we lived.
And I have no idea when you tell me where you grew up. And I know we played y'all in sports, Henderson, but I was on a school bus. I have no idea where you grew up, and you've explained it. You don't have to do it again. I need to see a map.
Get out the map, and lay your finger anywhere down.
If somebody could get me a map, that would be awesome. So we're all the same age, which is incredible.
I think I'm older than both of you by a few months.
I don't know. I'm December 65, and you are?
Right. March of 65.
Oh, you are the old lady. Yeah.
Definitely. Is Bee still there?
She is.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back now.
This happened with Lisa.
We may have a good bit of edits, Katie. My apologies. I'm May of 66.
She's the baby.
Yeah. So it's so funny.
In May. Are you a Gemini?
No, full blown Taurus.
Good.
Yeah, I agree. Isn't it funny how we've come from North Buckhead, South Buckhead, Tucker, Chamblee? I mean, all this shit is changing. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
When I'm on for even a short time, I come into Buckhead. I'm like, when did that building? when did that grow up? It is amazing.
Allison,
yes.
Your sister went to Lakeside.
Sister went to Lakeside High School. Yes.
Yeah. So it goes Henderson High School, which is now the middle school. And then you just go down the road a little bit, and then you're at Lakeside.
Oh, okay.
And then you just go down the road a little bit, and then you're at my old high school that's no longer there, which is very sad.
Briarcliff was her high school.
Yeah. What was the high school that's at North Druid Hills and Briarcliff, where Adams Stadium was?
Briarcliff. That was my high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a magnet school now, right?
I don't think it's anything now.
Oh, okay. You're thinking of so there was Briarcliff to the left of Adams Stadium if you're looking at it. And then Kittredge, it was an elementary school to the right, which is literally right next to the Quick Trip.
Okay.
Right there on the corner.
Well, that's handy if you need to get anything.
A taquito on the hot roller.
Yeah.
A what?
Taquito. I'm told I say it wrong, but anyway. So Kittredge is still the taquito. Yes.
What is it?
It hurts my heart because I love to say taquito, and they're so fucking good. Allison would never eat
What
one.
are they?
No, not.
What are they?
It's ground chicken in a corn tortilla, and it's deep fried with some pepper jack cheese.
Yeah. Sign me up. I'll have that as my last meal.
Okay.
Really good. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not sure what Kittredge is now, but and then when I was a teacher, I taught at Henderson Middle. That was probably my first adaptive PE role. Gosh, lots of good memories there.
So when it was a high school, we didn't have that fence around the perimeter of the school.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when that came up, but we did not have that. And it looks exactly the same, but different with that fence. It looks so much more, I guess, secure.
Yeah, that
Like
would be the
prison?
key word these days. Yeah. Boy, it is up on that hill though.
Yeah.
Up on that hill. That's
and
where I
would
was.
walk those stairs in my candies
Yes.
because my parking space was down at the bottom of those stairs.
No, I had some candies.
I did not, guys. I did not enter the candies. Did you have some Daisy Dukes on with your candies?
I did not.
Okay.
I cannot say. Yeah. I don't think we could wear shorts to school.
No,
What pants were y'all wearing to high school with your candies?
Wide leg pants.
Okay.
Hashtag bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms. Okay.
Yeah. I did love a candy. I used to save the box actually because I liked I don't know. I liked the whole vibe of it.
Wow.
I used to save all my boxes. I kept all my shoes in their boxes. I still do sometimes if they're really pretty boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easier to stack them. I don't think I could walk in a candy today.
No, I don't think anybody should. No.
I'm not sure I could either.
That little strap was so thin across your toes.
Uh-huh. Mine were pink, I think.
I think I had pink too, or purple. Probably had white even.
I will definitely have a link for what they're talking about because I've forgotten what they look like.
So crazy.
And a Daisy Duke shorts as well, and a tube top. So okay, all right. So you did Henderson, and tell me about you had a European father, correct? Or European mother. Okay, yeah. So your mother was German.
They went from Lithuania to Germany when she was 4, escaping, during the war, and grew up in Germany and came to New York at 19, went back home to Hamburg and decided like New York City better, and wonders why I would move to New York in a New York minute, but she loved New York. And then met my dad at a party, and that was it. But my dad's family is from Lithuania too, which was really kind of
that's incredible.
Yeah. Who knew? So they met in New York?
They met in New York at a party. Yeah.
Wow.
And then moved to, you were born in Denver.
Denver. Yeah. I moved to Denver. And my mom hated it because nothing was there coming from New York, and nothing was there.
Yeah. It would have been
and then came here, and there wasn't that much more here then either. 1976.
Oh my gosh. Atlanta was nothing back then.
No.
Wow. That's really cool. Interesting background there. 23andMe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did Ancestry, but not 23andMe.
I did Ancestry too. Have you done 23andMe, Bee?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to go down that whole rabbit hole again. But
we've already talked about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway. Now, do you have siblings, Marjorie?
Sort of.
Oh, okay.
My mom says there's another child.
Oh, this is good.
My mom says that that I have a sister. Yeah. But
due to some foul play?
I call her my ex-sister.
Whoa. Let's unpack that and/or write a novel, because that is a great title.
That is a great title.
Would this, hey, I'm serious.
I'm trying to talk her into doing a podcast, by the way, because she has such great stories.
Uh-huh.
All right.
This could be a spinoff. So would you say this could have perhaps been due to some foul play in the infidelity, or explain how this happened?
Not foul play.
Okay,
it was bad text messages, and which she was known for, and just had enough of it. And on June 29th, 2019, I said, I didn't even tell her. I just didn't respond to the last one and haven't talked to her since.
Oh, somebody trying to be your ex-sister or your mom? I'm so confused.
B thinks that you have found out that your sister is a sister now, that it was from another father. So yeah, this is hilarious to listen to this.
But I do have a friend that happened to ancestry.
I do too. A sister that from another mister. Why don't we start there?
Oh, sister from another mister. Okay.
So, okay, no, seriously, let's unpack this, because I'm not following the chronological order.
Is my sister, who I don't speak to, that I call an ex-sister.
Oh my gosh, duh. Okay.
There are times when people ask me if I have a sister and I forget.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, because that's never fun. But
it is not. Arguing with a family member is just the worst. Oh my gosh.
I had brunch with a former, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. A much younger friend that I met when I was teaching. She was a student at Lakeside, and she helped with the special ed class, and so we've remained friends. But anyway, yeah, it's more common than not. She's really struggling trying to take care of her aging parents, and no her siblings don't speak, and it's really, really hard. And then it falls on her, and she has no help, and it's really hard.
Then COVID hit, 6 months later after that, or whatever, 7 months later in March, and no help.
Yeah.
No help. It's
I think it's normal. When we talked about this in one of our episodes about roles in the family. Parker House roles. And how it's a mess, and we need to talk about it more.
Yes.
I really do.
And she's a mom of 2 young kids, and she's failing as a mother, and feels like, it's just so hard. She's having a rough time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Care of aging parents. If you're taking care of, and we don't do enough I don't know, maybe other places do, but we don't do enough in the US. If you have the money, you can.
Yeah, you can, but
get old.
Yeah. It's so hard.
Yes.
Yeah. We missed that lesson or chapter on how to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think this can go down another rabbit hole. I don't think that in the US you're brought up to really think of the wise, the old wise man. You think of the older people going senile or whatever. And I don't think you know what I mean? It used to be the old wise man of the village.
Yeah.
And
there's not a respect. There's not I want to talk to an older person to get advice. It's
Right.
That is totally lost. I totally agree with that.
Oh, and those
Mm,
are,
those are the dearest. Those are the best people. Oh my
oh my,
gosh.
yes. Best advice and best,
Mhm.
yeah. I used to
On,
eat it up.
yeah, just little tidbits that they can throw
Offer.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
offer.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hard
your
times.
mama is going strong and thriving, and that's an amazing thing. And how old is your mom?
83, walks an hour every morning on Peachtree,
That is amazing.
Kingsborough.
Wow.
Remember what it used to say if you walked Peachtree. So
Yes. Things have changed.
yeah, and
Good
has
for her.
a boyfriend, so that's new too.
How new?
Yeah. April, May.
Yeah, that is new. Are
It's
they
new.
going on dates and stuff?
They go on dates. Yes.
That's awesome.
I don't know if they slept together yet. She didn't.
That
Well,
was my next
is
question.
she going to tell you?
Oh,
Because
I-
my parents talked about stuff like that all the time. So she's
Al-
going to tell
Sure they
you.
did.
I will ask her, but Allie knows this. I was just shocked when she told me, or they told me, and he went to the bathroom. We were at Yapa, and I said, have you kissed him?" "Yes." I said, "Have you slept with him?" And she said, "No, not yet."
Oh my word.
She's going to have to go to Fredericks of Hollywood and get some glam.
Boom chicka boom boom.
And
Some
so
candies. Some
get her-
candies.
Oh, she does. She wears heels. Yeah, she wears heels. I wear.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm telling you
Good
what,
for
those are some
her.
good genes there, sister.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. You're going to
Yeah.
be thriving in your 80s.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I feel like I'm 80.
You
God.
don't look it.
Oh, you
Sassy sister.
anyway, back to Marjorie and Monaco.
Hey, Marjorie, what's up? Marjorie has a sassy French haircut. that
Yes, she
I
does.
love.
Not looking too good right now, though.
No, it's great. It's a
It's
great
okay.
haircut. And I want that haircut, but I have curly hair. So I look like Gene Wilder.
You don't, but
I do.
this side goes up and this side goes under.
Oh, it has a personality of its own.
Have you
does.
found that your hair changes
Yes.
due to hormones?
I don't know if it's hormones, but I had perfectly straight hair. Perfectly straight, stick straight hair.
Share the picture of you and Kenny Loggins, please.
Okay. I can't get it now, but when I get home.
Will
I'm
you
sure-
tell B about that?
Hair? Sure. Which story or just the whole story?
Both,
Okay.
all of them.
He's
So um
very attractive, and I like his music
Yes.
too.
Oh, before
not-
he got all movie music. Mm.
I love a lot of his music though. But my friend Sean and I used to we used to usher at the Omni, the Fox, Chastain, everywhere for free. You didn't get paid then.
Right.
And but you saw all the concerts. And we would buy tickets sometimes at Chastain. And we bought a whole table at Chastain for Kenny Loggins, front row. Couldn't get anybody to go with us. I don't know if this was like 1983 or a little bit later in college, but I'm thinking it was 1983, 82. And so when we got there, we found one lady who would pay us for one ticket. So three people at a table for 4 or 5. And so we were right there, first row. And I, went up to the first row as he's going by the crowds, hitting their hands, whatever. And he leaned down and kissed me
What?
On the mouth.
on the mouth. So I came
No.
and told my mom, and she said, oh my God, you're going to get herpes.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's
then,
not surprising. I thought I could get pregnant by sitting on a toilet seat.
well, that was a urban myth that went
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right.
No, now you just get UTIs from not sitting on a toilet seat, but by hovering.
Yeah.
Which is all I do.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But
Okay, so
toilet-
back to French kissing Kenny Loggins and getting herpes. How did that
then-
go for you?
I didn't get herpes, but then went to college, came back, and I was working at Lenox Athletic Club, which is around Lenox. It's not
Yeah.
there anymore. Kind of behind where Crate and Barrel is at Lenox.
Mm-hmm.
Walked in, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Kenny Loggins!" Because I was at the desk, and I said, "You kissed me at your last concert at Chastain," like he's going to remember. Well, he comes around, and he plants one on me.
I can't take it.
Oh yeah.
No.
I came home.
True story.
Oh, I got a Polaroid picture because he used to take Polaroids of people when they
Oh,
joined
Mm-hmm.
for their cards, and tell my mother. And this is how times change too. But she said, "Oh my God, you're going to get AIDS."
Jesus Christ, Mom. Could you just live in my joy?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't ask you if you slept with him.
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow, Zaz.
That's my Kenny Loggins story. And my husband really liked. He's sick of hearing the story,
I bet.
and I really don't. Like, well, then I started just happened to play some of it, and he knows the song. Like, you do realize this is Kenny Loggins. I wanted him at the Decatur Book Festival though, and I've never made it over there.
Wait, say that again.
Decatur Book Festival. He's
Yeah.
happy, and because he wrote a book, maybe it was the
Oh,
Book Festival in Decatur. I don't remember, but
Huh.
he was there once, and I didn't make it over.
Darn
would've
it,
said
you could have
number.
gotten that third kiss.
you could have gotten a third kiss. So there's a couple of things. Do you think that your mom is jealous or a germaphobe?
A germaphobe.
Okay, that's
We
fair.
I take her to the doctor for every little thing, and actually
see.
now lives in the Renaissance, and she's learned how to write down her, get her the driver there to take them. I don't have to go as much. Yeah.
Right.
But every little dot, we have to run to the dermatologist.
Oh gosh.
What they say, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, doesn't listen to what they say. But I forgot to mention that then he gave me backstage passes to his concert. Girlfriend and
Marjorie,
I-
I mean, I think you could be Marjorie Loggins, is what I'm thinking,
I know.
because
Why didn't I push it?
Why
gosh,
didn't you? How
I
much older was he than you? Because this is creeping me out.
I don't care.
don't think he's that much older.
Mm-mm. He's probably 62.
Yeah.
Have I ever told y'all about Petula Clark?
Wait just 1 second before we leave Kenny Loggins. Do you think I'm sorry, but
That's
it's
okay.
important. Do you think he knew you worked at that athletic club? It couldn't have just been a coincidence.
It
Well,
was
you're
a
right.
coinky dink. Come on.
No, he probably looked me up. That girl at Chastain, I'm going to look her up.
I mean, I'm serious.
This was in the 80s, B.
Yeah.
How would he have figured that out?
All right. Well, anyway, I think it's really cool.
I mean,
right,
that
go on.
was clever detective work right there.
Yeah.
I was just mentioning. Go ahead.
Brown.
Go ahead.
But I had
Go ahead,
front
Marjorie. Go
out.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but
Go
he-
ahead. Go ahead.
He gave me his the sheet music, which I still have. Like the sheet, they write down all their songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Oh, yeah.
The set music. Yeah, I have that.
Dude, that is so cool. That is so cool.
Right. I
Yeah.
think her podcast could be called Marjorie Loggins,
I think it could be called
Lost Wife of Kenny Loggins.
ex-sister. No, ex-sister, germaphobe mom, Loggins.
Yes.
Kiss.
Yes.
Loggins kiss.
Yes.
What the hell? This is
Write
good
it
shit.
down. Write it. Well,
Or the
we have it recorded. We'll hear it forever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
reason I
Allie, back to
wanted
you. Yeah, please.
the reason I wanted to talk about that is I thought Kenny Loggins was older, and all of the experiences of us back in the 80s where men were so inappropriate. I would love to talk about that. So when I was on the cruise to the Midnight Sun, which was the worst cruise of my life, where I had trench mouth. Okay. She's a big fan. She has heard all of them, I think. I was sitting at Petula Clark's concert on the ship. They flew she and her manager in.
I don't know who that is.
Downtown.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When
She died recently. She's the one that just snapped her fingers, right? She stood still and just kind of snapped her fingers.
I am not. That's not jogging a memory.
Resonating.
We will look it up for sure. Snapping fingers, Petula Clark. She was, and you know what? I was a big smoker at the time, and
Really?
I got up and I went out to the bar outside of the concert place, and there was a man sitting at the bar, and he lit my cigarette for me. You know, that's what guys did in the old days. And he was probably, I thought maybe 15 years older than me. They always loved me. Next thing I know, we're sitting there talking. My dad comes out and he sits and, you know, and he meets this guy. Next thing I know is I am making out with this guy in his bedroom on the cruise ship. He was Petula Clark's manager. And so anyway, Petula Clark comes into the room when we're making out in the bed. And
the bed.
Well, I was a virgin, but I did like to make out lying down a lot.
But where is there a bed at the?
No, we were in their room.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In his room. Anyway, so she comes in.
You skipped that part.
It's I guess a suite. I don't know. It's on a cruise ship. And anyway, so she apologizes and leaves. And it was like, well, that's kind of cool that Petula Clark, you know, interrupted our makeout session. So we kind of say goodbye, and we exchange addresses and telephone numbers. And he contacts me at home. And I was actually had moved out and I was elsewhere. But my dad gave this guy, Claude Wolf, my telephone number.
There you go, Harry.
Because he wanted me to, I guess, get together with this older guy. This older guy sent me a ticket to come see him in Geneva. And so I go and I get on the flight to go and see this guy. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Why am I doing this? So I get off the airplane. Okay. So anyway, I kind of break his heart. The story gets better. Just hang in there.
I'm in.
So when I would go to Geneva, I would always, you know, try to call him. And there was one night that in London where he and Petula Clark were at a party at a restaurant where I was. And I was talking to somebody and they said, oh, yeah, Petula Clark and her husband, Claude Wolf. Yeah, they're here. And I went, wait. What are you talking about? That's her manager. And they said, oh,
mistress.
That's her manager and her husband that she's been married to forever. So when she walked in the room and apologized, I was kissing her husband.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I've wanted to tell you that story forever. And it takes a lot of time. And I have skipped a bunch. But
wow.
I think he was 40, guys, when I was 17.
Wow.
Thanks,
Wow.
Dad.
And you didn't get herpes from kissing.
I did not get herpes. Thank God.
Harry, thank you for that connection, for leading your daughter into adultery and, well, possible stardom, but wow.
See, I think I would have gone ahead and gone to Geneva and not seen him and just.
That's a good idea.
No.
Why didn't I do
Why
that?
didn't you? And what you go to, did you go to Geneva a lot?
I did. I went to Geneva a lot. My parents went to Switzerland a lot. And when I was living in England, I just would go to Geneva for the weekend. I loved it. It's one of my favorite cities.
I think you're more of a world traveler than I am.
Nah.
Yeah, she's been at it a minute.
Yeah.
It's like we're all going to Panama City, staying in the carousel that's roach infested. Where's Allie? Well, she's just in Switzerland again. Or where's Allie? She's over in the mountains of Austria. This is when we were kids. Like, yeah, she's been traveling a minute.
Mom owned a travel agency.
Of course.
Right.
Decatur Travel. And didn't you work there, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, she used to work at Tepless Travel. Does that ring a bell, Marjorie?
No.
No, that was a Buckhead travel agency back in the old days.
North or south?
Oh.
You don't know. I don't know
think
either.
It was near Tower. Where was that?
Packaged liquors.
Plaza Tower Liquors.
I've got to head to Tower. No, I've got to head to Total Wine here shortly.
Oh, well, okay.
Which one do you go to?
Well, I usually don't go to any of them, but I'm going to go to Brookhaven.
They don't have liquor there, that one. If you need liquor.
Oh, good to know. No, I'm looking for some seltzes. My best friend from high school is coming through town tomorrow night, and she's got some special requests.
Which best friend from high school? I got a little confused with that. You have several best friends from high school, correct?
Just say one, B. You can only have one.
Leanne Mullet that I went to New York with. I went with Leanne and Lisa. Leanne's coming through with her husband and two boys.
Okay, but you say Cindy is your best friend.
No, you're her best friend.
Oh,
but she has to.
We can't do that. All right. Let's
Allison.
Let's skip the best friend part.
Appreciate that.
I just get confused.
It's understandable.
I have never been her best friend, Marjorie. Ever.
I thought you were in elementary school.
Thank you.
No, Cindy. Cindy was hers and Joy was mine.
Oh, that's Cindy. Cindy Jones.
Yes.
Joy Baker, these types of things.
Yes.
Well,
yes. Okay.
Anyway, I think the term is a little overrated, don't you?
I do.
I seriously, I had this conversation with my mom in her last year of her life, which was 2 years ago today. Actually, this weekend was just the worst weekend in my life. But anyway, she would be like, well, she lived at a retirement community out in Stone Mountain. And she would say, well, Marilyn, she thinks that I'm her best friend, but I mean, I've got a lot of best friends. I've lived here all my life and I know a lot of people. And so, people always call me their best friend, but I don't necessarily return the term. And I hope that doesn't hurt their feelings. And I said, well, Mom, the same thing happens to me, which it's just silly.
Yeah.
I think
one time I said that to somebody. Oh, you're my best friend. And you know what she said to me? Oh, that's sweet. Joanne's my best friend.
See, we could do a whole podcast on that, but let's not, because I think we've moved beyond it.
We have, and you're forgiven, Amanda.
Oh, okay. I got it. I'm following what's going on here. Yeah. Sorry, Amanda. Is she a listener, do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Who is your best friend, Marjorie?
Yeah, Marjorie, who's your best friend?
I have lots of best friends.
See?
Yes.
Me too.
I have a couple in Plaza Towers. I have a couple in Park Place. Yeah,
Well,
lots of best.
Yeah. And isn't it true the older we get? I mean, I said this at my 50th birthday and I meant it that, like I get energy from people, and like, seriously, Allison brings me a different kind of energy and a different kind of love that I need and I must have, but it's 100% different than what Leanne brings me or what Lisa brought me earlier today. We interviewed her. It's just, I need it all, and it's all equally important. And I wouldn't be who I am without all of it. True statement.
True story.
No, it does. It depends on what you need somebody for. And I remember this girl once telling me that her mom had said, your friends are like rungs on a ladder, and they go up and down at different times of your life.
Absolutely.
I love
Yep.
that.
Some of them, like when my dad was dying, one of my friends just couldn't be there for me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
reliving when her dad died, and she went down the ladder. I mean, not in a way, just then you call on the other people that,
Right.
that are better at doing that kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah. For sure. So we just it's just weird. And then I do think when you're younger, you hang on to that term, looking in the yearbooks, best friends forever, and writing the letters to that friend or that person. And it was just so important that you got the validation back in return.
Oh, yeah.
B, you would sign it BF. Let's see, F, and then write it kind of weird, best friends forever.
Forever. Mm-hmm. And then there was true love always, TL with the A across.
Yeah. How about the Blood Sisters? I found one where Joy Baker and I pricked our fingers, and it was the commitment to, Blood Sisters forever.
Or the necklaces.
Yes.
Somebody wore half the heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
I write on my letters. I don't know if I did this on your birthday card or not. SWAC. Do you remember SWAC?
You did.
You had
did.
A heart.
Yes. Sealed with a kiss.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool and original.
They think these kids now think that they came up with all these little terms. We were doing it a time ago.
A long time ago.
God. Okay. The first time my husband heard or saw in an email, LOL, it was from a boss at the place where he works, and he contacted me, said, oh my God, I think my boss just said lots of love, and I don't know what to do. So I, of course, Googled it. It's like laughing out loud.
Seems uncomfortable. Yeah. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look up a lot of them.
Me too.
Oh, what's the one that I can't remember that you always use? Fear of
FOMO.
making out.
FOMO.
Fear of
Fear of missing out. Yeah. Cannot. Now it's kind of there, but yeah.
Yeah. IDK.
Uh-huh.
Heidi uses that a lot, which I didn't ever think of.
Yes.
Yeah,
I got 2 yesterday, and I was like, wow, I wonder why I never think of that. Save some time.
I sent my son yesterday because he sent me a picture of our new puppy with the cat who had come out of the bedroom and was looking at her. And I said, is that IRL, meaning in real time? It should have been IRT, but in my mind, I don't know. He said, yes, it's in real life. LOL. I meant IRT.
In real time.
I meant to write IRT, not IRL.
It's a dream, Mom.
See. Just couldn't see.
Wow.
Why don't you
Yum.
tell Bee about your husband? Would he be okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's British. He was born in England, but grew up in Wales. And he is a major cyclist,
Yes.
major cyclist. And he's been calling since we've been on the phone. I keep declining him.
Uh-oh.
Do you have to go?
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
No. It's fine because he's calling to tell me things
He's
that I asked
cycling?
3 days ago to do. What time is it there? No, he's back from cycling. Saturday he usually gets back about 1 o'clock.
Wow.
He
goes around
cycles
Capital
how many
City.
miles? How many miles does he
On
cycle a
a
day?
weekend, 80 to 100.
Wow.
He goes past Stone Mountain and they go somewhere, and then in another direction it's called an airport. That's called a Tucker ride. And then there's another ride that goes past the airport, McDonough. I don't even know. He went all the way down to where movies are being filmed in the little town that they're calling it Tristan or something. There's a new little town, like a movie town. I don't know what the name of it is.
Can you imagine
Wow.
biking in Atlanta, Bee? I
Well-
would be killed immediately.
I have a friend that she was a pretty serious cyclist as well. And you'd be amazed at little pockets south of the city that are just not just land, just tons of land. Like, I think she used to go down by the airport too. Anyway.
And down there, they can have the whole road or one side of the road and people don't yell. But during the week, he rides around Capital City about 100 times.
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
remember that torrential, it was a horrible rainstorm, lightning, thunder last
Friday night.
Was it
Oh my
Friday?
gosh, people were talking about
And I
that when
get
we got
that.
back.
Oh, no, it had to have been the week before that we had it because that was another night.
It was when I was
Yeah,
on the
he was out
cruise
there.
because the woman we were with was checking because her dog's afraid
Yeah.
of storms.
He
Yeah.
got stuck. He was under a tree around Capital City. I'm like, go up to somebody's front porch.
Yeah.
The worst place to be right now. And then he came home and then he rode on the balcony. And he got 6 minutes into his ride and he said, the lightning is now, the thunder is now 6 minutes apart. I'm going to come in, meaning the lightning was close.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
this guy
he's
ran
intense.
the Peachtree Road race, walked back home, and then went on a ride.
Wow.
He's not human. He is like a bionic man.
Is he a Iron Man?
No, but he
No.
has killed a deer on his bike and was 6 days in Grady, and a month later got first in the World Masters that we're going to.
Wait. He did what with the deer?
He hit a deer?
He hit a deer. We were in I think Covington.
Yeah.
And it was
Deer,
a new
Deer Central. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a new subdivision, but it hadn't been built. They just did the road and you could see the plumbing coming out. Nothing else was there. I think they ran out of money. It was all grass. And the race, I remember when the race started, I was thinking, it's kind of getting dark. It's dusk. And his race started. And then I hear there's a wreck and I'm walking going, if this is a wreck again with him in it, this is it. This is going to be it. And he's like laying on the floor and somebody picks up his head and he says, I'm okay, love. And then just puts his head back down. He had, we're riding in the ambulance. They gave me the choice of Atlanta Medical or Grady, and I said it's trauma. We're going to Grady, but I didn't know about Atlanta Medical at the time. And the guy in the back was being an eager beaver, wanted to puncture, like put a needle in his lung to let it go out. And he's talking to Grady, and they're saying no. And Shirley Jones was was sitting up front with her. Shirley Jones.
The
actress.
Yeah, I was about to break out in
She had blonde hair.
I was about to break out in Partridge Family.
Yeah, I'm like, your name is really Shirley Jones? And she goes, yeah, I get that all the time. But anyway, we're talking that way up there. And she could have been Shirley Jones.
Wow.
We get to Grady. He goes in, they check me for guns and knives and everything. And he had a punctured lung. Something was not fractured in here, but it's stuck up like this. And they had to put
I'm
going to pass
Yeah, I'm about to throw up, but go ahead because we're close. We're in there. Go ahead.
They had put, it looked like a hose. They had me leave the room into his lung without anesthesia, because if they give him anesthesia, he'd pass out. He said the pain was so bad.
They say that's the worst pain in the world, putting a tube in your lung.
Yeah. So he had that. And
But there you are in France, and he's still cycling.
And he's still cycling.
Hey, listen, I can see him.
I remember you could see him from the balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not right now, but
yeah. Well, she took a picture of him the other day, and I'm like, what the hell? He just had an accident going around Capital City.
I said, don't tell him that I'm taking this picture showing.
I didn't tell him. But I had a stranger bring him home. I just stopped a stranger on Club Drive, and I said, my husband just had a wreck. I got to get my mom to the doctor. I can't get his bike and him in my car. And the stranger drove him home and talked about the Civil War the whole time. But
oh my God.
Yeah. But
wait, wasn't your mother in the car with you and her boyfriend?
No, it was just the mother. I mean, my mother.
The mother.
Just the mother.
The mother.
The matriarch.
The COVID.
Just the matriarch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
she needs a podcast.
She is very he is very into it, but it must bring
driven.
It must bring him something type of
endorphins.
Yeah, it must. I don't know if you saw his face when he's writing.
He doesn't look happy. Yeah,
it's painful. And I mean, they have pictures of it like on the website when he's crossed the finish line. I mean,
see them? Can we see
and he sees them. Oh yeah. Oh, you want to see them? Yeah,
I do. I want to see it.
Yeah. And
wow.
So I don't, and you see runners like that too out there. Just nobody's smiling.
I know. I used to tell these people I wasn't a fast runner, but I used to run a good bit, and I'm like, I promise that endorphin high is going to hit. Just hang on. And they'd be like, nope, still don't feel it. Nope.
I have pictures of Bee in the Peachtree Road race.
Yeah. There.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about orgasm faces?
No. Listen, I really do.
Aren't the lights off?
I really do have to go.
Oh, Bee,
yeah.
Come on.
Just because I need to be back by 3:30 and I've got to go to Brookhaven.
Why are you going that far to get something that you could get at a liquor store in Decatur?
I can't get it there. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've looked it up. It's the seltzers. I told you the seltzers.
Yeah, seltzers. But did you call Brookhaven and make sure they have it?
Good question. It says online they do. No,
I would call.
Okay.
If it was down the street, that'd be different. But you're driving to Brookhaven on a Saturday.
This is a practical girl that thinks like this.
Mm-hmm. And it's on the way to Costco, and Costco.
Oh, yeah. I may try and. Okay, this is all very good advice.
They can bring it out to your car too. I did that. You can order it.
I see. And then you don't even have to go in the store.
And then you don't have to go in the store. But if you order it, you'll know whether or not they have it.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
If I can figure out how to do it, you can figure out how to do
it. I can.
Yeah. All right. Well,
this has been very fun. I mean, we should do it again while she's in France. I mean, and when she's not in France, but this is kind of cool. It's our first international guest.
Yes.
We should keep it up. That's so
and
fun.
Thank you for being so spontaneous, Marjorie.
Sure.
I threw this at her
Marjorie.
like an hour ago. So thank you so much.
Well, I'm in Scotland next week and then Tel Aviv the next week if you want something for those places.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes. And don't forget your trees.
Let's do that.
I'll be doing my trees.
What is your goodbye going to be, Marjorie, here today? Think about it.
Au revoir. Ciao.
I like that.
Bonne soirée.
Nice.
Okay. See, you know a few.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bon petit.
Un petit. Un petit au revoir.
All right. Then
All right.
All
we
right.
do
Okay,
hers.
Bubbles and bye-bye.
Namaste.